Weekend. Well, maybe for a stag weekend if everybody's an Elvis fan. Yeah, I know of a few parties that are small parties that are heading up to Collingwood this weekend. Well, wherever you're heading, Chrissy will get you on the road in just a second. I've got the weather to help you on your way. Big low pressure system spinning. I just want to step out of the way here. You can see the breadth of this cloud deck extending all the way back into northern Manitoba, sweeping through Labrador. Something's coming our way. There is a slightly better forecast for the weekend. Tell you, it's all over the place. Looking at the current temperatures and the cloud cover, it is mainly sunny right now. A decent afternoon. There is the chance of showers with maybe an embedded thunderstorm late overnight. The forecast models have been going back and forth, back and forth. Now it's looking like a brighter day for southern Ontario tomorrow than we had feared yesterday. Look at that. We stay in the warm sector. The low comes out of the prairies. The winds are out of the southwest. The temperatures go up. A little bit of humidity. Chance of hit and miss showers. Best chance would be evening and overnight, and at that time there could be severe storms. So there is that risk. A 30% chance of showers for Toronto on Saturday. Sunday, slightly higher chance. Cooler weather going into next week. Something we'll be talking about more in the program today. But my best advice, Chrissy, for the weekend is when the sun is shining, get out and enjoy it. There will be some unsettled periods at times, but at this point, not looking likely to be all day on either day.
Sounds good, Suzanne, and I look forward to checking back with you because I'm certainly not looking forward to that dip in the jet stream. Gardner.
Oh, I can think of a place I'd rather be right now. Not driving or stuck in traffic, but sitting by a lake. Fishing this weekend, swimming and lounging. Cottage forecast next. Lake Ontario. She was 14. She's now all of 16. And I think memory serves me right that she stands 4'10" or 4'11". She's a giant by many standards. What an amazing thing. Young marathon swimmer raising money for a camp for kids with cancer. There's a look at the trough in the jet stream. High pressure, calm conditions for now. Go, Annalise. We are certainly behind you. What an inspiring story. This is disgusting by contrast. It's 14 degrees and pouring rain right now in downtown Edmonton. Yeah, process that for just a second. 26-hour forecast for Saturday. Much better forecast here at home and in cottage country than we had been talking about. There is still the chance of showers and thunder showers, but there is a better chance now that we'll have a fairly long break of largely dry weather Saturday and Sunday with any luck during the day. Chance of showers overnight tonight and certainly overnight Sunday into Monday. A system is going to be rolling through. So, up and down, Chrissy, certainly the weather for the weekend.
Thanks so much, Suzanne. Good to see some improvements in the forecast coming up.
So about that weekend forecast, Chrissy, well, you're wondering, aren't you? Is it going to be wet? Which day? What's with the forecast? We'll talk to Doug Gillum with Nicole coming up. Annalise Carr, you can Google her. Anna Swims is the hashtag if you want to follow her. What an astonishing story. What a zen dad. 16-year-old. 5:21 a.m. she went in the water. She's expected to come in about 30 hours later, Port Dover. 16 years old. Youngest to swim across Lake Ontario 2 years ago when she was 14. Yeah, she's a marathon swimmer, all right. Great story for you and a great weekend to you. We're wishing you at 4:35 on a Friday. Scattered thunderstorms for Saturday, scattered thunderstorms for Sunday. To be honest, this is not looking as bad as we were thinking yesterday. The forecast models have been going back and forth, back and forth. Chance of rain overnight tonight through the overnight. Better day tomorrow than we had originally thought. There is a low chance of showers and thunder showers during the day. There's a bit better of a chance as we head north. And our best chance for storms for us tomorrow would be in the evening time, and there could be severe storms. Sunday, it's going to be increasingly muggy. We're going to talk a bit more about Humidex values coming up. The risk of storms with it Sunday, so unsettled, especially late day into Monday. And behind that, our temperatures, unfortunately, will cool down a bit. There's a look at Tuesday. Yeah, like the sunshine, but don't like the 20-degree temperatures so much. Chrissy.
For sure, Suzanne, and we've really been on that temperature roller coaster. No roller coaster speeds, though, on your major routes. They are crawling. It is a nightmare out there for doing.
That sounds good, Chrissy. We'll get you to wherever you need to be. Some of you thinking about the beach, the backyard, the cottage, perhaps. Who's going to be hot and sticky? Highest Humidex values coming up. A dew point of 9. A real scare, Pearson, earlier today. You're probably following that Sunwing story, the plane that came back to Pearson. That's another story altogether, but just to acknowledge it and move on with the weather, because I know I was out grocery shopping this morning. I had several people in the grocery store shop me, people that work there that know me. Suzanne, what's going on for the forecast for the weekend? Is it going to be raining? What's going to be happening? Is it going to be dry? I need to, barbecue and the baseball. So here's the scoop if anybody's watching right now. We are dealing with a very changeable forecast. Changeable in that we are unstable. We've got low pressure and humidity moving in. So a number of different things could trigger thunderstorms. The forecast models that are generated by the supercomputers that we rely on to make our forecast, as do all forecast units across the country, they have been flipping and flopping for both Saturday and Sunday. What I can tell you is that we will be dealing with some humidity, not near 40, but in the 30s, as you can see, for both days. Low pressure off to our southwest. There is the chance of showers with an embedded thunderstorm overnight tonight. Saturday afternoon is actually looking a little bit drier. It's looking like a fairly decent day. It'll be warm and sticky. If we get anything, it's likely to be Saturday evening, could possibly be severe, and kind of a repeat again for Sunday, Chrissy. Generally dry in the day, generally more unstable later in the day. So better news from me, not from you, though.
No, unfortunately, we have reports of a very serious crash involving multiple vehicles in the 4 as well. And I know Suzanne will have more details coming up on the cooler trend that is heading our way after the weekend.
Work.com.
Got to say, that's one of my favorite top fives. Thank you, Mark, for sharing those stories. And a beautiful view of, let's face it, a part of Canada that most Canadians will not get a chance to see. I've never seen polar bears in the wild, nor glaciers calving, nor the Franklin exhibit remnants in situ. Amazing stuff. All right, the weather looking maybe not amazing, but better for the weekend. Saturday, scattered storms. Sunday, the risk of storms. I'll tell you the timing in just a second. Just want to take you into next week because we do have this cool upper level low and unfortunately cooler weather trend as we get into the low 20s. Now, the wet weather will hold off mainly until Sunday night. There's the chance tonight, and it's getting warmer, more humid with some good periods of sunshine Saturday and Sunday during the day. Collingwood this weekend's place to be. Richmond Hill has the Rib Fest. Aurelia, the Literary Festival continues. In the beaches, Toronto, it's the last weekend of the International Jazz Festival. Check it out. Find your favorite spot here in Southern Ontario. Or in Northern Ontario, for that matter. Sunshine just about everywhere. Superior's not so grand. Thunder Bay is cloudy as we come down past Georgian Bay to Toronto and Orangeville. Barrie, 24. Collingwood, about the same. A very pleasant evening underway. It's 5:05. It's great to see you. Chrissy has some pretty serious issues to report on with the 400 in particular. There's a closure in Barrie. We'll talk to her in just a second. Temperatures lingering on average near 20 degrees this evening and a much better forecast for the weekend. It's not high pressure stable, but it's kind of our best case scenario. Hit and miss thunderstorms that are going to hit us more in the overnight and more at the end of the weekend and miss us for the most part during the day. There's a snapshot of Saturday afternoon. The warm front to our north, it's a warm sector that we're in. It's hot, it's humid, or at least warm and humid. Chance of a pop-up shower or thunder shower, but the best chance would be evening time, and the best area or likely area for that would be in the southwest. Some overnight action, calmer on the in the day on Sunday, and then another little low going to ride through, Chrissy. Best chance on Sunday would be evening time again. So that's the weather update.
Thanks so much, Suzanne. And a traffic update. If you're heading out to Cottage Country right now, all major routes.
That's not so great. It's going to take a little longer to get there, but boy, it'll be worth it when you do. We'll have the Cottage forecast next.
It is so cold, it is so windy, and the rain is just pouring on us. It's so rare that we see this type of weather in the city of Edmonton, but when we get a storm like this, it does not fail to just wow us with Mother Nature's power. So this wind is just incredible. Look at this. Ah! Ah!
Incredibly awful is what it is. Thanks, Margot. Margot, our Edmonton-based reporter. Edmonton was 28 degrees yesterday. 28. She said it was so cold. You know, it was about 14 degrees when that was taken. It hasn't been much warmer through the afternoon. That low is coming towards Ontario. Yes, it is going to be affecting us. It's not going to bring us a cold blast of 14 degrees, but we are cooler in the long-range forecast. Our current situation, a little trough in the jet stream, but as that nudges away and high pressure moves in, we're certainly warmer. We're seasonal today. Same again tomorrow, mid-20s. And notice the icons are looking distinctly less showery. There is still the risk of showers and the risk of thunderstorms for both Saturday and for Sunday, both here at home and in cottage country regions. So please keep an eye to the sky. Tune us in for the latest. Hit and miss, but it looks like mainly later in the day for both days, Chrissy.
Thanks so much, Suzanne. And if you are planning to head out to the cottage, you may want to rethink those plans. And also coming up, we'll have your Long Ranger with Nicole and Doug. How will the beginning of August be shaping up?
She's actually adjusted the time that she began her swim to avoid those showers later into the day tomorrow.
Amazing story, Kasia. Thank you for bringing us up to date on that, and we will bring you the conclusion of that story. She started at 5:21 this morning, and she's on her way to Port Dover. Expected crossing length 30 hours, which puts it at late morning tomorrow. Check it out online. Anna Swims is the hashtag. You can Google and find her. Annalise Carr, just an incredible story. 16. She was 14 when she swam across Lake Ontario. How about that for a young marathoner? How about this for the weekend forecast? Scattered storms. Well, that's better than wet all day, right? It's not a day to cancel plans, but it is a day to be prepared for the weather. It's a day to know that we may get showers, we may get thunderstorms. The likeliest period is now the evening, not the day, and the likeliest area is really more to the southwest and also north of the GTA. That's not a dry guarantee, but that is the latest. And the forecast models have done an appalling job of handling this. We were on and off. You saw the wet forecast yesterday for the weekend. Now it's not so wet. We've still got the risk of thunderstorms Sunday, but again, it's mostly late in the day, and that's when our system comes in. And unfortunately, it is going to spell some cooler weather for the weekend. Monday's temperature, highs. This is not all that hot, and neither is Tuesday. Fingers crossed that the long weekend will be warmer, but for now, this isn't looking great, Chrissy.
Thanks so much, Suzanne. And your drive into cottage country certainly not looking great. On the 400 northbound, we have seen the typical delays. We haven't had too many problems there, Suzanne.
Well, parts of the roads are looking fairly clear, and parts of our sky looking pretty clear as well. A bit up and down this weekend, but going up, the Humidex tell you who will be hottest next. High pressure trying to nudge in. High pressure is dry, calm, stable conditions. We've got mostly that today. Current temperatures, mid-20s. I know that's not too bad, is it? And the weekend is not looking too bad either. We've got humidity returning, Humidex values. A lot of people enjoy that. If you're swimming, if you're out on the water, if you're playing on a jet ski, or if you're going sailing, it is good to get a little bit of that sultry warmth. It's always cooler on or in the water. 32, how it'll feel tomorrow. So I don't see any 42, and I see the same kind of trend for Sunday. Also see some improvements in terms of the sky cover as well. Cloud cover to our southwest, cloud cover to our northwest. We've got two areas of low pressure essentially heading our way for the weekend. There's a frontal boundary in northern Ontario right now. Cloud cover will increase in Georgian Bay before it does in the GTA or Golden Horseshoe. Our day tomorrow looks like we're going to get a lot of sunshine. So we're back to that forecast. It's been back and forth, flip and flop all week long. Forecast models, terrible job with it. But here's what you need to know. Watch out for thunderstorms. Best chance would be Saturday evening for the GTA Golden Horseshoe. Sunday, 27, feeling like 33. A 40% chance of showers or thunderstorms. And again, later in the day, the best chance. Chrissy, I would suggest that people go ahead with plans, but be vigilant about the weather and certainly tune us in for the latest forecast updates.
Great advice, Suzanne. And my advice for you, if you're heading to cottage country, you may want to rethink your plans or your timing.
Network.com.
Got to say, that's one of my favorite top fives. Thank you, Mark, for sharing those stories. And a beautiful view of, let's face it, a part of Canada that most Canadians will not get a chance to see. I've never seen polar bears in the wild, nor glaciers calving, nor the Franklin exhibit remnants in situ. Amazing stuff. All right, the weather looking maybe not amazing, but better for the weekend. Saturday, scattered storms. Sunday, the risk of storms. I'll tell you the timing in just a second. Just want to take you into next week because we do have this cool upper level low and unfortunately cooler weather trend as we get into the low 20s. Now, the wet weather will hold off mainly until Sunday night. There's the chance tonight, and it's getting warmer, more humid with some good periods of sunshine Saturday and Sunday during the day. Thanks so much, Kim. A little trip around the world, and I know you're going to want to make the most of this forecast as we go around Ontario. It is the last weekend of July. The last weekend of July. It is indeed. We've got a lot of sunshine today. The visible satellite, just a snapshot of the atmosphere around the Great Lakes for a couple of hours this afternoon. Clear skies. You can see the way that little bands of cloud cover are streaming off Georgian Bay. That's just a little bit of that westerly wind and some moisture coming off the lakes, and the cloud cover pops up. Just a little fair weather cumulus. There's a system to our west. It doesn't affect us this evening. Overnight, there is the slight chance of showers or thunder showers. There is low pressure on the way from the prairies, and it's a doozy of a system. Oh, yeah, doozy. 14, 15 degrees today in Edmonton, and pouring rain. Just a nasty day. This low will bring cooler air into Ontario, not quite that cold. Unstable conditions around the warm front, some cloud cover in Cottage country regions. It's not really until Saturday evening now that it looks like our probability of precipitation will be going up. And then sunshine during the day, both days. So that is some good news. We're going to talk more about the Cottage forecast. That's coming up. Oh, so many beautiful parks that we have. Have you been to the Massasauga yet in Ontario, Georgian Bay, or Algonquin yet this year? Or maybe the Pineries, more your speed, Lake Huron, Sauble Beach. Oh, all kinds of parks. Top 5. And now a look at some better weather. Saturday is going to be somewhere between 23 and 26 degrees, these areas. But what I'm seeing, and you're probably noticing too, is less showery weather showing up in these icons. Here's the story. Very messy, on and off kind of forecast for this coming weekend. Yes, low pressure is coming our way. That's a certainty. The only question is timing. Overnight tonight, the chance of some showers. Good chance Saturday during the day for more southerly areas that will have a good part of the day in sunshine. The warm front's going to be a little closer to Parry Sound, Muskoka. Better chance of showers there. More sunshine in general on Sunday. We're into the warm sector. It will be warm, humid, unstable. So that means pop-up thunderstorms. And like Saturday, late in the day when we could get severe storms, especially the risk down towards Windsor. Sunday, late day, the best chance of the wet weather as the system rolls through, leaving us with just a few lingering showers Monday and noticeably cooler. Temperatures are going to drop to about 5 below average.
Day tomorrow.
Oh, what a crowd there will be, Kasha, tomorrow. She left at 5:21 a.m. Under calm weather conditions. It's expected to take about 30 hours to complete that marathon swim. Awe-inspiring. She's 16. She's not even 5 foot tall. She's pint-sized, but huge in heart and effort. Erie over to Port Dover, and an expected arrival, I guess 30 hours puts it at about late morning tomorrow. And we have a better forecast for everybody, not just swimmers and marathon swimmers. Better forecast for Saturday and Sunday. I can't say a dry forecast, but the timing is critical when it comes to areas of low pressure on summer weekends. Overnight tonight, slight chance of showers, humidity building during the day tomorrow. Best chance of storms would be to our southwest, and it would be in the evening time. That suggests some wet weather in Muskoka and the Kawarthas. There is that risk, but it's not a guarantee, and it's not an all-day rain. That's what the latest forecast models are showing, and they have been handling this very poorly. That's why our forecast has gone from sun to rain yesterday and back to more sunshine today for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, again, pretty decent periods of sunshine, usable outdoor weather during the day. Best chance of storms would be later in the day, and low pressure will roll in Sunday into Monday, so we will get a wet end to the weekend for many, and that brings in some cooler weather, unfortunately, for next week. Forecast highs, 18 for Barrie and North Bay, 21 for Toronto, stabilizing, getting more sunshine. Now, I'm just filling a little time for you here. It's an Elvis-a-thon. It's an Elvis fest. It is Elvis weekend in Collingwood, and this is hugely popular. I know a good few people that are actually heading up this weekend. It's a wonderful time. 25, feeling like 31. Barrie, nearby to Collingwood, Saturday afternoon. Let's see what else is going on. Orillia has an in-water boat show. Orillia also has a literary festival. Some of the activities happen at the Stephen Leacock Homestead. Uxbridge has Highland Games. Richmond Hill has Ribfest. The Beaches has the Jazz Festival. This is good. And the forecast for the weekend, yeah, we're going to get a little stickier again. Not 40, but in the low 30s here at home and cottage country. It is a hit and miss forecast for showers and thunder showers. There is the chance that that cloud deck with that radar, those showers will hit us this evening and overnight. Tomorrow is looking a little brighter. I'm happy to say probability of precipitation right now for the weekend, 30 to 40%, with the better chance being evening and overnight. Don't cancel plans, but do be prepared for day rain as well.
For your quick call.
Got to say, that's one of my favorite top fives. Thank you, Mark, for sharing those stories. And a beautiful view of, let's face it, a part of Canada that most Canadians will not get a chance to see. I've never seen polar bears in the wild, nor glaciers calving, nor the Franklin exhibit remnants in situ. Amazing stuff. All right, the weather looking maybe not amazing, but better for the weekend. Saturday, scattered storms. Sunday, the risk of storms. I'll tell you the timing in just a second. Just want to take you into next week because we do have this cool upper level low and unfortunately cooler weather trend as we get into the low 20s. Now, the wet weather will hold off mainly until Sunday night. There's the chance tonight, and it's getting warmer, more humid with some good periods of sunshine Saturday and Sunday during the day. Thanks so much, Kim. A little trip around the world, and I know you're going to want to make the most of this forecast as we go around Ontario. It is the last weekend of July. The last weekend of July. It is indeed. We've got a lot of sunshine today. The visible satellite, just a snapshot of the atmosphere around the Great Lakes for a couple of hours this afternoon. Clear skies. You can see the way that little bands of cloud cover are streaming off Georgian Bay. That's just a little bit of that westerly wind and some moisture coming off the lakes, and the cloud cover pops up. Just a little fair weather cumulus. There's a system to our west. It doesn't affect us this evening. Overnight, there is the slight chance of showers or thunder showers. There is low pressure on the way from the prairies, and it's a doozy of a system. Oh, yeah, doozy. 14, 15 degrees today in Edmonton and pouring rain. Just a nasty day. This low will bring cooler air into Ontario, not quite that cold. Unstable conditions around the warm front, some cloud cover in cottage country regions. It's not really until Saturday evening now that it looks like our probability of precipitation will be going up. And then sunshine during the day, both days. So that is some good news. We're going to talk more about the cottage forecast. That's coming up.
For your